Hello, BookTube, and welcome back. Well, folks, it's Tuesday, so that means it's Tag Tuesday here in the BookTube universe. I've not been tagged in anything because I'm all lonely here in my place in the BookTube universe. So I just grabbed one at random from YouTube because it sounded like it was up my street. This is the soundtrack to my life tag. So I was thinking, because I'm a big music lover, this is going to be a bit more music based. It's not. Glancing at some of the questions, because I just copied and pasted it over to me little notepad here. So I'll read the questions. It's not really about music at all. I think it more tracks for a younger person, as you'll see with some of the questions. There's about 13 prompts in total here, and let's just get to it, so this is the soundtrack to my life tag. So the opening credits, your favourite childhood book. Now, I never really read when I was a kid, and I don't read child books now. But that doesn't mean I didn't read when I was a child. I guess, what are they called? A bit of telepathy I'm sending to your ear. Can you guess what I'm thinking? Not the horror books, children horror books. What they called? Goosebumps. Yeah, big Goosebumps fan. That's probably the best I can probably come up with childhood book. I did love me some Goosebumps when I was a kid. Piano lessons can be made a Night of the Living. What is it? It's not a Night of the Living Dead, was it? Oh, and there was like 4 or 5 of them. Oh, I did read them when I was a kid, I swear. And I guess you can include The Hobbit in that as well. That's kind of a childhood book as well. But they kind of like didn't read that much when I was a kid, and they're probably my favourites. So prompt number 2, Waking Up. A book that got you out of a reading slump. Every time I don't really suffer from reading slumps, but every time I kind of drop in one, I kind of read like a comedy non-fiction book. Let's say a Bill Bryson or anything on that same vein. A travel book with a bit of comedy in there. So the likes of Will Ferguson, all that kind of funny travel experiences. That's what usually gets me out of a reading slump, even though I don't suffer from them. Prompt number 3, school. A book you had to read for school that you ended up loving. See where I'm saying it tracks more younger. It's been like 20 odd years since I've left school. What did I read? I remember The Crucible by Arthur Miller. I wasn't a big fan of that at the time. Not reread it. Tons of Shakespeare. Not read any Shakespeare after high school. I don't like Shakespeare that much. What else did I read? I must have read something. I guess the Charles Dickens that we got picked was Great Expectations, which I've read a couple of times now after school. That's probably my favourite. I do like me some Pip and Magwitch, all that good stuff. Chef's kiss. So here you go. Prompt number 3, school. Prompt number 4, falling in love. Aww. An author you love so much. I was wondering where this was going to go. An author you love so much you want to read all of their books. So I would read anything by Robert McFarlane. I don't think I've read all of his books. He's like a nature, poetical, non-fiction writer. Great. If you've not read any of Robert McFarlane's stuff, chase it up. It is really good. I'm also interested in reading the rest of Max Hastings' non-fiction books. Max Hastings is a British military historian. So he focuses on World War One, World War Two, the Vietnam War and the Korean War. That's where he's kind of focused on at the moment. Love his stuff. I'd read any of his books. I'm trying to think of a fiction book. No, I can't think of a fiction book. Let's stick with the non-fiction. Next one, Fight. Book with the best action sequences. Let's stick with fiction here. I'll probably say, what's the author's name? Joe Abercrombie, is it? I can't really see his books, but I think it's Joe Abercrombie. The Blade Itself series. I love that. Dead action packed. What's the standalone one? Is it? I think it's Heroes in it. I think it is Heroes, where there's a battle in the north and it changes perspective all the way through it from different people fighting in a battleground. I love that. So great battle sequences. The Blade Itself series. Next, The Breakup. A book or series you didn't finish and do not intend to finish. Okay. I have read the first book of the Twilight series when I was travelling. Utter trash, utter crap. I am not going to complete it. I also got, just to take the piss, my brother bought me, I can't even remember, is it Three Dark Crowns, I think it is, the first book. This like urban YA fantasy, which is just crap. So they're kind of two books series I'm never gonna finish. Next one, Hanging with Your Mates. Book you think everyone else should read. A book I think Helter Skelter is a very good book. It's right here, that's why I said it. It's a true crime book about the trial of Charles Manson by the guy who prosecuted him. Absolutely fascinating look at his cult and all the main characters and the murder that happened, and the trial is probably the best part because they murdered their own attorney as well. And this book is absolutely chef's kiss. I think everyone should read Helter Skelter. I think anyone should pick up any Bill Bryson book you can possibly get. Notes from a Small Land, his journey around the UK. Down Under, his journeys in Australia, which is my personal favourite Bill Bryson. I would recommend anyone to read. Trying to think, all my classics are up there. That's why I'm looking up there. Do you know what? I'm going to go Great Expectations again for a classic. Or David Copperfield. David Copperfield's quite good for a Charles Dickens. So yeah, they're my recommendations for what everyone should read. Breakdown, a book that seriously affected you and had you crying your eyes out. Again, we're on track for the younger audience. I don't think I've ever cried at a book. So a sad book. What sad books have we read, El? There's a non-fiction book out there called The Story of the Heart, which is it's a non-fiction book about a heart transplant between two kids. There's a wee girl at the start and she gets in a car crash and she becomes brain dead, and she's only effectively got a certain amount of time left, and then it's about her heart being put into another boy who really needs a heart transplant because he's dying. Very touching, very grief-stricken pages all the way through from the kids and the parents. It's really strong. If you're into your emotions in your books, read The Story of the Heart. It's really good. Next one, Roadtrip. Your favourite series, more than 3 books. My favourite series of all time is Terry Pratchett's Discworld, and I'll take every single one of them with me. I love me some Discworld. Next one, Flashback. Your favourite book from 5 years ago. So what year are we in? So 2021. We won the Bailey Gifford as well, didn't he? Patrick Radden Keefe is a very good non-fiction author. His most recent one is London Fallen, about someone who leaped from a balcony in London and died. And then when he dig around further, he was pretending to be a son of a Russian oligarch, and they reckon he got like mixed in with like the the underworld, the underbelly of London, and met some quite frightening people. So there's that same author also wrote Empire of Pain, which came out in 2021, which is about the Sackler family and the opiate crisis in America. Great book, fascinating insights, and it's all about government corruption, how all these big pharma companies completely paid off the politicians, and and the science that went into it. Brilliant book. I strongly recommend that. Next one, Getting Back Together. What is that? What am I singing? Is that Grease? Like it's blah blah, whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. Getting Back Together. What book can you not stop reading? I'm still reading it now. A book that I can't not stop. Oh, sorry, rereading. I just said reading. So, as you all know, my favourite book of all time is The Count of Monte Cristo. I've read it every year for the past 15 years. I absolutely love The Count of Monte Cristo. Next one, Wedding. A book that is really special to you. The Count of Monte Cristo. I adore the story, the Book of Revenge of Edward Dante. But yeah, I love The Count of Monte Cristo. Probably Lord of the Rings. I've read Lord of the Rings a lot more times than I've read The Count of Monte Cristo. I'm the sort of person who I've read Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, The Silmarillion every year since the Lord of the Rings films came out. So that's 20 whatever years it is now. So next one is The Moments of Triumph. The longest book you've ever read, probably The Count of Monte Cristo. It's in that range. I think The Count of Monte Cristo is about 1,300 pages. Les Mis, I've read Les Mis, and that's equally about the same size, isn't it? Some of the Stormlight archive books are quite chunky, needlessly chunky in my opinion. They're about a little bit smaller, I think, but in that range. I think it is bigger. Alan Moore's Jerusalem. I think that's nearly 1,500 pages. It's a bit of a monster, and it's a bit of a what's going on, bit of a monster. It's a bit of a tough cookie to get through, but still enjoyed it. So it probably is Jerusalem by Alan Moore. It's the longest book I've ever read. Next one, Death Scene. Book or series you wish had ended differently. What do I wish ended differently? I can't say Game of Thrones because it's not finished yet. I can't say Discworld, can I? Because the author died, and it's not really a series like that. It's more like standalone novels. Didn't mind A Wheel of Time, how that ended. I'm looking at that. I don't mind the way The Realm of the Endlings or Joe Abercrombie ended. Come on, Al, you must have one. Oh, I've just seen it then. This is probably due a reread, this, because I reckon I won't like it on my next read. Stephen Donaldson's The Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. Is it Covenant or Covenant? I can't remember. Covenant. The Story of the Unbeliever. There's 10 books in that series. The first book, bit ropey, something ropey happens right at the start. You're like, But books 2 and 3 are solid books. I like books 2 and 3. Books 4, 5, and 6. There's an annoying character in there, but it's still doable. But the last 4 books are an absolute travesty of nature. I don't know whether I've still got them. What? So you can see them here. So the Ruins of the Earth, Fatal Revenant, Against All Things Ending, and The Last Dark. They are some of the most difficult fantasy books to get through. They are so incredibly dense, so incredibly boring and meandering. It's wolf. I really did not like the end of that series at all, compared to some of the earlier books I liked. And the last prompt is Funeral, a book with the best or worst epilogue. Well, one of the best epilogues is how I've definitely got these books. I don't know where they are. Where are they? So the last 3 books that Robin Hobb wrote, the last one, Assassin's Fate. This is focusing on the Fitz and the Fool in the Realm of the Elderling series, and that's the last book that was focusing on the Fitz and the Fool. And I love the way she wrapped it all up on the epilogue. And are they gone? Are they still there? Absolutely fascinating. Great book. And then end credits. Tag anyone. So if you're interested in doing the soundtrack to my life, tag, you go right ahead and do it. And I will speak to you soon. Bye, BookTube.